that this is a boyfriend relationship.
Yeah, that's what I picked up, Connie, from that as well, that she's with. And so let's start on that assumption that this is the man you're with rather than the man you're married to. One of the reasons you're going to have problems with a lack of trust and jealousy and all sorts of things is that there is not a permanent commitment that has been made. There is not a covenant that's been established called marriage. And instead, what you have is a live-in or a relationship in which you're sharing a number of things, except there's no promises behind sharing your bodies or sharing your finances or sharing any number of things, the same living space. There's no promises behind that are lifelong, that are for better and for worse, or as our program has said in the past, for keeps. So, Connie, if I could say this with love and concern for you, you're setting yourself up for heartbreak. You're setting yourself up to be wounded, because when there are no promises made, there's no promises kept. And probably the day is going to come where your significant other is going to find someone else more significant than you, if he hasn't already. And you'll end up feeling abandoned, you'll feel rejected, you'll feel used. And all of those are very, very painful things to process. I'm going to make a proposal to you that's radical, and I'll acknowledge that. What I'm going to ask you to do is really difficult, and it's significant. And that is, you need, for the time being, to move out or to have him move out, and right away. You need to separate, because you're trying to enjoy the benefits of marriage without marriage, and that just never works. It just never really turns out the way you would hope it would. In order for your boyfriend to respect you, you have to draw some lines, some boundaries. And one of those is, we're not going to be sexually intimate unless we have promised before others, publicly signed a statement called a wedding certificate, that we are a forever couple. We are for keeps. And if your boyfriend isn't willing to do that now, he won't be willing to do that later. And you might as well cut your losses right now. Yes, you might be emotionally attached to them, and indeed, by being physically intimate, there has been a certain bonding, but it's an imperfect bond. It's not a bond that will endure. It's not a bond that's going to bring you what you're looking for. You need to confess to God that this is wrong, that you have not followed his plan. And once you separate, the two of you need to seek out a church, a pastor, a group of loving people who truly care about you, who won't judge you, but who really care about you, will explain how you can enter into a relationship with Jesus Christ. In fact, I would even encourage you, when this program is over, to call a number, 1-888-NEED-HIM, 1-888-NEED-HIM, who can, some caring person on the other end is going to explain how you can meet Jesus for yourself. But Connie, I want you to have a fulfilling life. I want you to be cherished and loved and cared for and protected and provided. And only marriage can give you the true possibility of that happening. Living together, one person after another, is setting you up so that the deepest needs of your heart will go unmet. And so I'm going to ask you to do something very difficult. Move out, have him move out, recalibrate your life. Start it by establishing a relationship with Jesus Christ. Encourage your boyfriend to do the same. If he won't, let him go. And look for God to bring someone into your life where you could be on the same page spiritually. Right now, all I can promise you is more hurt if you stay where you are. There isn't a way to fix a live-in relationship until you're living apart.
Now, if Connie goes ahead and does this and takes your advice, and things are recalibrated and they get married and they get back together, but her then husband doesn't want to give up these Facebook chats with the ex-girlfriends, what's your advice there for the married folks who are dealing with this? Because there have to be boundaries, don't they, to protect our marriages and our lives?
Yeah, absolutely. Talking to other women, former girlfriends, whatever, completely off bounds. It's setting yourself up for an affair, or him setting himself up The Bible says that a man shall leave his father and mother, be united to his wife, they will become one flesh. In other words, there's an exclusivity, an exclusive relationship that is now established called marriage, and it doesn't allow for past or present lovers or any other interference.
Don't even go down that road.
You can't go
It's very
near
dangerous.
the door of the adulteress, Proverbs tells us.
Thanks, Pastor Bob. Coming up, we're going to have